one time I was interpreting for a cardiologist, and the cardiologist was explaining to the mom that the child had VSD, ventricle septal defect. In Spanish, there are two ways of saying this. So I decided to use comunicación interventricular. The doctor looked at me really confused and he said, "That's not what I'm saying." And I said, "Yes, you said it's VSD." And he said, "No, but VSD is not said the way that you just said it in Spanish." And I knew that he heard it a different way because there is a different way of saying it. Defecto septal ventricular. Both ways are correct, but this doctor stopped me in the middle of the session to question the terminology that I was using with the family. I was fairly new. He actually made me doubt and question the term that I was using. And I had studied the cardiology terminology because I was preparing to interpret for this doctor. So I knew that I was saying it right, but for a moment, I doubted myself and it made me nervous for the rest of the session. After the session, I ran back to my desk, I looked it up, and I had said it correctly. I didn't go back to correct the doctor, I just wanted to make sure that I knew I was right for future encounters. This happens a lot, more often than it should. What's happening is that they will interrupt you in the middle of the session and question you. I'm the interpreter in the room. It can be a little frustrating and sometimes it can be discouraging, but just know that you're not alone. You're not the only one that this happens to. And it's not because you don't know, it's because they don't know. The good thing though is that sometimes in this process, the doctors learn as well, because I have sometimes taken the time out to explain to them, well, no, this is what you thought I should have said, but this means that, and what I said actually means what you said. And the doctors will be like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay, I didn't know that." So all of us are always learning, and sometimes the learning process is a little more painful than others, but be confident in knowing that when you've used a term and you know that it's right, you can trust yourself. So keep it in mind. You might get questioned, you might get interrupted, you might feel embarrassed in that moment, but it's okay. You're gonna be fine. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe because it lets me be here for you. Also, feel free to watch some of my other videos.